one of the most important things in my life was the store in Scranton. And
so that was your family store?
It was my father's store,
What
yes.
was it called?
It was called Shapiro's. It was a store with 3 floors. I remember as a little girl it had an elevator, and I loved that elevator, and they would let me run it. Of course, usually supervised. But I also used to take cash in that store when I was such a little girl. They had to put me on a box. I stood on a box and took cash, and it really upset me that they wouldn't let me wrap coats in big boxes. I was only allowed to wrap dresses in small boxes, but the store was a big part of my life. My father had 2 brothers who were bachelors at the time, and they really doted on me. I grew up like a princess because if there was a new doll, I had 2 of them. Each of my uncles would buy me the new doll. And one uncle particularly, he had only one leg. He lost a leg as a football accident. His name was Henry Shapiro, my father's youngest brother. He rode horseback and really liked it, so he decided I should ride horseback. And I think I was maybe 6 or 7, but he bought me a full horseback riding outfit, not just low boots, they were full boots, the crop, the whole works. And I was scared to death of the horses because they always looked so big to me. But I did take lessons, and I rode most of my life, never really well, but always enjoyed doing it. At one point, Bob and I owned half of 2 horses together and half of 2 horses with another friend, and we rode. And I rode with my father before I was in high school. And then I rode at college as my gym every fall. I remember distinctly being told at one point, "Miss Shapiro, you will never have much of a seat." And I always thought I had much of a seat, but there it was. But the other uncle was Melvin, and he was a very special person. He had a great sense of humor and was such a wonderful, wonderful man. But the 2 of them were really so wonderful to me. They bought me things before I could really want them or realize I wanted them, and they certainly made my life lots of fun.
So you were only a child?
I was an only child.
Okay.
The milkman, on his way back to the barn, would come up the hill in front of our house with his horse and wagon, and he'd say, "Come on, Sonny." And I'd hop on, I'd get a ride to the barn.
Didn't you sell bottles too, Coke bottles or some kind of bottles that you got 2 cents for?
Yeah, oh yeah, well I used to pinch bottles from in front of doors and neighbors and take to the local grocery store and get 2 cents a bottle.
I think you got into a little trouble with that, didn't you?
Not really.
I thought your father thought you were pinching him.
Well, I was.